Though we often think about human-induced climate change as something that will happen in the future, it is an ongoing process. Ecosystem and communities worldwide are being affected today. Global temperature rose about 1.98 Fahrenheit from 1901 to 2020, but climate change refers to more than an increase in temperature. It is also includes sea level rise, change in weather patterns like droughts and flooding, and much more. Things that we depend upon and value like water, energy, transportation, wildlife, agriculture, ecosystem, and human health are experiencing the effect of changing climate. The impacts of climate change on different sectors of society are interrelated. Droughts can harm foods productions and human health. Flooding can lead to disease spreading and damage to ecosystem and infrastructures. Human health issues can increase mortality, impact food availability, and limit workers' productivity. However, climate change impacts are uneven across the countries and the world. Even within a single community, climate change impacts can differ between neighbors or individuals. Long-standing socioeconomics inequity can make undeserving groups more vulnerable and often have the highest exposure to hazards and few resources to respond. The projections of climate change impacted futures are not invertible. Many of the problems and solutions are new to us now, and ongoing research continue to provide us new ones. Experts believe there is still time to avoid the most negative outcome by limiting warming, and they are reducing emissions to zero as quick as possible. Reducing our emissions of greenhouse gases will require investments in new technology and infrastructures, which will spur job growth. Additionally, lowering emissions will lessen harmful impacts on human health, saving countless lives and billions of dollars in health-related expenses. Addressing climate change will require many solutions because there is no magic bullet, yet nearly all of this solution exists today, and many hinges of human changing the way we behave, shifting how we make and consume energy. The required changes span technologies, behaviors, and policies that encourage less waste and more intelligent use of our resources. For example, improvements to energy efficiency and vehicle fuel economy. Fuel-efficient driving techniques burn less fuels than others. More aggressive driving style thus produce fewer greenhouse gas (GHG) emission, the leading cause of climate change. But fuel-efficient driving does more than saving fuel and money. It also makes the road safer. Second, increases the wind and solar power. Wind, solar, and hydroelectric system generated electricity with no associated air pollution emissions. Geothermal and biomass system emit some air pollutants. Through the total air emissions are generally lower than coal and natural gas-fired power plants. Third, biofuels from organic waste. Biodiesel burns much cleaner than petroleum diesel. Biodiesel is non-toxic and biodegradable. Compared to petroleum diesel fuel refrained from crude oil, biodiesel combustions produce fewer air pollutants, such as particles like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrocarbons, and air toxics. Fourth, setting a price on carbon. By placing higher taxes on carbon-based fuels, households and industries can reduce pollution and look to alternatives like solar power and hydrogen energies, which have lower impacts on the environment. And lastly, protecting forests and reduce the amount of carbon dioxide and other gases trapping heat on the planet. We can have more unmistakable air and skies. Reducing our carbon's emission helps reverse the impact of global warming overall, but more specifically, it benefits the overall air quality. Plus, it makes for clearer skies. The second is that we can save money. The simple reduction of energy shrinks your carbon footprint and operating expenses.